Hi, listeners. Welcome to your daily cup of coffee with Charu, where hopefully, with a hot cup of coffee, we discuss how to tackle the day and the week ahead of us based on the astrological aspects that are dominating the sky. Today, we would be transitioning to the midpoint of this month's lunar cycle, which is called the first quarter moon, with the moon today moving into the zodiac sign of Leo, shifting our emotional flavor. You can catch me on YouTube as well as across the podcast platforms Anchor, Spotify, and now Apple Podcast. I will leave the links in description for you to access. My name is Charu and I'm your host on this journey. So let's dig in. Today we transition from a Cancer moon to the Leo moon as Sun and Taurus makes a square to this transition. So the cotton comfort and the ease of Cancer moon turns to slow and steadily growing confidence as we get more outward and forward focused with this. We move our focus to more creative and bold pursuits, coming out of our home, coming out of our shell. Focus moves from home and family to risk taking and personal recognition. It's a great day to come out of our comfort zone and take a few bold steps at the very least. Grounded Taurus Sun would ask us though, are you sure about this? Or more vibrantly, somebody can ask us, why, Lord, why, as we would follow our heart's desire. Practicality meets passion. Mellow meets bellow. Magnanimous meets a sense of proportion. These are two parts of our own personalities which can clash with each other, creating a healthy friction. Don't let your generous side be suppressed by your ego today. Don't let your positive side get depressed by inertia. Sun is the dispositor of this aspect dominating today, which means we would need to create some real structures around our passions. We would need to simplify our grand plans. The drama of the emotions would need to be stabilized. All grand ventures would meet their brief reality checks. Male figures or bosses or fathers could point out, or our own ego self can question our fiery ideas and might ask them to be grounded or throw light on them, saying, so, what are you really doing about it? How are you going to make money from it? How is this part of your bigger plan? Or that it's great as a show, but where's the money? Where's the dough? Negative emotions or habits could also be pointed out. This is Sun throwing a light on Moon. Our emotions, our habits, and the patterns that get us to where we need to go. So, if there are certain negative emotions or habits that are linked to overindulgence, they can be pointed out. It can feel like friction, but it's where natural momentum converts to deliberate actions. This is the first quarter moon, the midpoint between the new start and completion, where the exuberance of a new beginning or new energy is met with obstacles. So far, the exuberance of the new moon, exuberance of this new energy, new moon, has carried it through. Now we get to a turning point. There's a deliberate kind of struggle here. Rudyard used to describe this as actional friction. And many of you who have Sun square moon in their birth chart in the first quarter phase experience this all their life. This is willful activity that we need to carry out as our forward momentum is tested in some ways. We must establish ourselves towards the new direction, and this first quarter moon is the sign of our emergence, of our growing independence and confidence in the new life direction we have taken. There is a marked severance from the past. But as was beautifully described in another example, When a screeching car is about to take a turn, our life is about to take a turn. The first half of the journey is carried by the momentum of this wanting to take the turn. But the second half of the journey, the driver needs to actively steer the wheel. And this phase clearly marks the start of the part of the cycle where we need to actively steer the wheel. A growing goal or aim or person or personality or love for another takes a life of its own and has driven us to where we are right now. But now onwards, with the perceived obstacles that are coming up, we need to show some willful action. We are reminded that our new direction in life that we want to take to grow and prosper would require us to release old forms of behaving, some emotional patterns and feelings that need to be rejected to move forward. Momentum has so far carried us to where we are now, but the rest of the cycle of this new beginning needs to be actively steered by us. The first quarter moon, especially in Leo, is marked with need for courage and confidence. Those are the key elements to keep in mind as we steer our way forward, as we are trying to integrate this new direction into our functional life. For the integration of this new direction that we have decided to take, for that to be integrated well into our functional life, we'll have to take some very bold and willful actions. If you have a first quarter moon in your progress chart or natal chart, you will feel this turning point, this actional friction very strongly. Leo moons would get up, and even Leo Sun and Leo rising would feel a frictional emotional reset. Fixed signs could feel a bit of pressure. This is the pressure of friction that requires them to do some strong, willful, and forceful action to move forward. Just remember, with this small transit, we are being also reminded that whatever kept us safe was not really growing us. Whatever kept us safe was not really growing us. With that, I'll close today's podcast and today's video. I'll see you tomorrow again. Thank you.